Alright, now there's some tricks. Now, you do know that under Activate Symmetry, if you go to Z and hit radial count, you get this. If you didn't, now you do. Also, if you up the radial count quite a bit, it's almost like owning your own laser scribe. So you can use a standard brush and dots, for instance, and basically go in here and subtract grooves if I wanted to. Okay. And now that we can go like this and cut some pretty grooves in it, maybe we want some resolution to be able to really detail it out. So I'm going to put some more resolution in here. And now you're getting a real fine groove. Now don't forget there's other brushes. So you can use this with the subtract brush and maybe on layers, for instance. In layers you might yield some different results. A more cut out look. Also with the drag rectangle tool, you can take these and lower down the symmetry or the radial count on it to like 8, and then choose something like this where you can make a magical pattern on the ring. You can go so far as to like switching back to standard mode and taking a different alpha and placing it in the center of all these. Just like that, and you can make some really nice patterns. Same things apply with the layers. You know, you can play around with the layers and then add different things on different layers. That way if something gets too harsh on the ring itself, let's say this for instance, maybe I want this to be a lot less, I can knock down the intensity quite a bit. And I just get this nice natural bump that's occurring. If I go down here to the morph target and store a morph target, you're going to find out that sometimes when you're using the brushes that they actually stack nicer upon each other now. Take for instance now if I use the layer brush to add something in this area and maybe make the draw size a little bit bigger. Okay. Then I take the draw dots, take this off, and then just use this brush to kind of cut a groove. Because morph target was set, notice how it collapsed the first one. Without that morph target, it would not have done that. Let me delete my morph target real quick and then just kind of go over the top of this. See how the groove stays on top of the other groove? But if I had a morph target in there, like I had before, it would have flattened it out. Now I have to have the morph target based upon my first original thought though. So I would have to go way back here, have this morph target in place down my first. So what I'm going to do here is probably go into, yeah, my layer brush, sure. Drag rectangle. Maybe make this one this time. Okay, so I got this. The morph target helps so much in the actual bending of geometry like this. So always kind of consider putting a morph target in. It doesn't hurt anything to have a morph target in there. Just make sure you have a lot of polygons, especially when you're doing unorganic geometry like this. One thing flows onto the next, onto the next, onto the next, and it's really nice. Alright, so that is the radial feature, and you can make some really cool rings with it. That's how you make a nice ring based upon Zbrush geometry too. Alright, so go ahead and detail your ring out and go ahead and put it on your hand. Make a nice lesson for you. Make a very cool Gothic ring with all kinds of nifty little scribes and scrolls and stuff. Also, don't forget that you have the ability to mirror it. So if you get really whacked out with your pattern and you want to try something, try this. Mask off 1/2 of the ring and then hit the mirror by smart resemming it in Z only. Now, it's real sensitive, so use your mouse and have your escape key handy. Man, it's so sensitive. There we go. So mirrored it right across. And you can get the perfect idea what the middle of this is by just lowering it all the way down, and you have your polyframe. You can even get smarter and take and clear this out and take it and maybe take this one side and go into polygroups and group this side visible. Now you have to distinguish between the two sides based upon the middle. Okay? And if you ever need to divide it again or mask off the perfect center of this thing, well, let me clear the mask. Control and Shift. Control anywhere. Control and Shift back. Now I have absolutely, positively got the exact center, and then I can mirror that. Okay, so those are just little tricks that I picked up along the way. And that's your assignment. Make a very cool Gothic ring and then put it on your hand. Alright, that's it. On with the next video.